Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now in today's episode, we're going to be bringing you the shocking truths about Kia's dealership scamming tactics during the pandemic and how it has been revealed by a former employee who was actually a salesperson there at that dealership. So without further ado, let's get right into this video.
We're going to hit you with winterization, we're going to hit you with the admin fee, we're going to hit you with 3M.
This car salesman is lifting the curtain on sales practices he says rip off customers.
Almost like $10,000 difference to what we advertise online.
Until recently, he worked at this Kia dealership, says the owner told his sales team to ignore the law. Alberta has what's called all-in.
Let's take a note right here. The owner said ignore the law. So he or she knows exactly what they were doing. We'll comment on this further on.
Pricing legislation. A number of other provinces have it too, or similar. When a dealership advertises a car, the price must include all fees and charges, except for taxes and any financing costs. So how many customers get that all-in price?
Zero. Not one customer. So if a customer says, hey, I don't want to pay for this stuff, we'll tell them in their face bluntly, well, we're not selling the car to you.
Go Public put it to the test. We sent a secret shopper in to supposedly buy this Kia car, advertised on the dealership's website for $29,000. He's told.
No, secret shopper is a constant competitive pricing strategy used by bureaus, marketing companies, and other competitors to keep abreast of what is going on in the market. In the parts department, we call it a pricing competitive basket, in which we take a number of items, compare them to what other dealerships are selling the similar items are, and then we relook at the way how we do our pricing mechanisms. And sometimes we also, in order to compete or to compare, and in order to make cases against the manufacturers who actually set these prices based on the FOB and in the initial sales prices to us, excluding the fact that we have to pay duties and tariffs and all other government regulations, they have to be as competitive as possible. But you have to have all the data in place in order to have a better negotiating standard.
He also has to pay for paint protection, tire and rim warranties, rubber mats, and other items.
You're going to be faced with this everywhere that you go. So, legitimate ads.
Mandatory add-ons that boost the advertised price by more than $8,000.
It's not okay to force somebody to pay an extra $8,000. What they're doing, it's illegal.
This auto expert blames the regulators, says even in clear cases where dealerships have broken the rules, they don't crack down.
The laws that they have on the books, they don't force them, period. And the dealers know that.
In the past fiscal year, just 2 Alberta dealerships have had to pay back $4,000 total to customers who were overcharged. A spokesperson for the regulator said educating dealerships about the law is key. The owner of Kia West Edmonton, Amadeo Palazzo, declined an interview request, saying,
the law is relaxed on a number of things. It will seem only individuals are dragged before the courts and will have to appoint themselves a lawyer in order to defend themselves. So is the plight of many a men out there.
In a statement, his dealership follows the rules. Kia Canada said it's concerned about our secret shopper findings, has contacted the dealer, but says any more detail is confidential. Meantime, the dealership has removed all advertised pricing of new cars from its website.
And again, the owner knows exactly what is going on in his company. If he doesn't, then he wouldn't have a pulse on the day-to-day operations that is taking place. And these decisions are done by persons below him. Now, the three things that affect us in the world, and it seems to be very dominant working in the dealership environment, and they are greed, indifference, and selfishness. And we have lost sight as human beings where these are concerned, because everyone is only thinking about how much money they can make, including the salesperson themselves. Now, dealerships continue to wonder why the general public dislikes or distrusts them. It's because of things like these. And then these very dealerships wonder why consumers are now calling them stealerships. That's where the name have derived, because the trust has been eroded for a lot of dealers. Not all, because there are still good dealerships out there. And then we also wonder why good employees are walking away from dealerships and why the employee turnover is so high in a number of dealerships out there. A lot of employees now employed at a number of dealerships, they lack the very experience, and this is because owners and some members of upper management, they lack the understanding or they don't have the experience enough to move the dealership strategically forward. And this is part in that they have never been through the trenches understanding how dealership management works. One of the best ways I recommend to get good employees at the dealership is to attend conferences, seminars, and workshops. And this in part is called poaching, but it is the only way you will actually see a certain level of employees presenting you with data, facts, statistics, and analysis of what they have done at their dealerships, making it successful. And the only other way to make your dealership successful is to employ best practices. Best practices is the number one way, because you will know exactly within your field who are the best dealerships that are doing the numbers, who are performing at the best, and then you employ those very same strategies into your dealerships. It will take some time to actually get those results. By all means, you will actually get them as time goes by, but who knows? It is up to you whether or not you want to remain constant or you want to change in order to make your dealership beneficial to everyone. So that's just my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.